Okay, let's just dive right in. If a trip to Japan is on your radar for 2026, then you are in exactly the right place. We're about to break down the perfect, and I mean perfect, 7-day plan for your very first trip.
I totally get it. You see all the incredible photos online. You hear the amazing stories from friends. But when it comes time to actually plan an itinerary, well, it can feel like a huge task, right? Where do you even start?
Well, that's where this comes in. I've basically done all the homework for you and boiled it down to my personal, perfected 7-day plan. This isn't just some generic guide you'd find anywhere. Think of this as the exact blueprint I'd give my best friend for their first time in Japan.
Okay, first things first. Before we even think about the day-by-day stuff, we have to tackle the biggest question of all. When should you actually go? Believe me, the season you choose is going to completely shape your entire experience.
So, you've got two main contenders, the two most famous seasons. First, you have the legendary cherry blossom, or sakura season. And yes, it is every bit as magical as it looks. But, and this is a big but, that beauty comes with massive crowds, and you have to book things months, and I mean months in advance. Then you have autumn. You get these spectacular fiery reds and golds, the weather is fantastic, and you've got a little more room to breathe. So you just have to ask yourself, do you want that once-in-a-lifetime sea of pink, or a more relaxed trip with those incredible autumn colors?
But lean in, because I'm going to give you a little insider tip. My personal favorite, kind of the secret season, is mid to late May. Here's why. It's right after Golden Week, which is a huge holiday week in Japan, so all the local travel dies down. The weather is beautiful and warm, everything is so green and lush, and the tourist crowds are just gone. It's an absolutely fantastic time to visit. All right, you've picked your season. Awesome. Now for the main event, the ultimate 7-day itinerary. This plan is designed around what's called the Golden Route, which is pretty much the can't-miss, greatest hits tour for any first-timer. So here's our game plan for the week. We're going to kick things off with 3 days in the futuristic buzz of Tokyo. Then, we'll take a day trip to see the one and only Mount Fuji. After that, we slow it down for 2 days in the heart of traditional Japan, Kyoto. And we finish it all off with a culinary explosion in Osaka, the food capital. So for 3 days in Tokyo, it's all about mixing the old and the new. We're going to go from the neon jungle of Shinjuku to the ancient history of Sensoji Temple. We'll experience the organized chaos of the Shibuya crossing and then get lost in the mind-bending digital art at Team Lab. It really gives you a taste of everything Tokyo has to offer.
Now you're probably wondering, okay, but where should I actually stay in Tokyo? For your first time, my advice is to keep it simple. Pick Shinjuku or Shibuya. Shinjuku is this massive transportation hub, which makes getting everywhere else an absolute breeze. Shibuya puts you right in the center of all the trendy, modern action. Honestly, you can't go wrong with either one. After the non-stop pace of Tokyo, day 4 is where we take a breath and witness something truly legendary. We are going to see Mount Fuji. And you've got 2 main ways to do this. Option A is the easy button, the guided tour. They pick you up, they take you to all the best spots like the 5th Station and Lake Kawaguchiko. You don't have to think about a thing. It's totally stress-free. Option B is for the more independent traveler. You can navigate the trains and local buses yourself, which gives you way more freedom to explore on your own schedule. It really just comes down to your personal travel style. From there, we'll hop on the famous bullet train, the Shinkansen, and it feels like we're traveling back in time to Kyoto. Here, we'll spend 2 days doing things like wandering through the thousands of red gates at Fushimi Inari, exploring the traditional Gion district, and seeing 2 of the most stunning sights in the country, the Golden Pavilion and the magical Arashiyama Bamboo Grove. For our last full day, you get a choice. You can either take a quick day trip to Nara to hang out with the famous Boeing deer, which is amazing, or you can spend one last morning just soaking in more of Kyoto's incredible temples. But here's the best part. No matter which you choose, everyone's day ends in the same glorious place, eating your way through the neon-lit streets of Dotonbori in Osaka. It's a must-do. Okay, we've got the itinerary locked in. Now it's time for the lightning round, your essential toolkit. This is all the practical stuff you actually need to know to make your trip go smoothly.
First up, the Japan Rail Pass. It costs about 50,000 yen for 7 days. And here's the only math you need to know. A round-trip ticket on the bullet train from Tokyo to Kyoto and back costs more than the pass itself. So for the itinerary we've planned, it's an absolute no-brainer. It's going to save you money, period. So how much money should you plan for each day? Well, the amazing thing about Japan is that you can really make it work for any budget. You can absolutely have a great time for under $100 a day thanks to incredible convenience store food and ramen shops.
A more comfortable mid-range budget is probably around $150 to $250. And of course, if you want to do luxury, the sky's the limit. Now listen up because this is critical, especially if you're aiming for that cherry blossom season. I am not kidding when I say you need to be booking your hotels in Kyoto a good 8 months in advance. Tokyo, about 6 months. Everything sells out incredibly fast. So seriously, treat this as your official countdown clock.
Okay, let's talk about something I know stresses a lot of people out before they go to Japan, the cultural etiquette. You want to be respectful, right? Of course. But here's the good news. Don't sweat it. It's much simpler than you think, and honestly, Japanese people are incredibly kind and forgiving with tourists.
In fact, if you can just remember these 3 simple rules, you will be absolutely golden. Number 1, no tipping, ever. It can actually be seen as a little rude. Number 2, be quiet on public transport, especially trains. And number 3, if you see a spot to put shoes, take your shoes off. That's it. If you get those 3 down, you're all set.
So we've covered when to go, where to go, and how to make it all happen. But before you race off and click book on that flight, I have one final piece of advice for you, and it might be the most important one.
It's because this is what happens. Japan is one of those places, it just gets under your skin in the best possible way. The culture, the beauty, the kindness, the incredible food, it all comes together to create this experience that you will genuinely never forget.
And my number 1 tip, my secret weapon for unlocking that magic is this: wake up early. The experience of seeing the Arashiyama Bamboo Grove or the Fushimi Inari Shrine at 7 in the morning with almost no one else around, it is a million times better than seeing it at noon with thousands of people. Those quiet moments before the world wakes up, that's where you'll find the real soul of Japan. So what are you waiting for?